Hey everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, sheltering in place and trying to do the best they can as far as avoiding the virus. I mean, it's something that's on top of our minds. But this Sunday is the fifth Sunday, and we normally do communion on the fifth Sunday. And it's really not something that we can forget. And you're thinking, how can we do communion on Sunday if we're not at church? Well, you have all the things that you need at home. That you might have juice, you might even just have water, a piece of bread, a piece of cracker. But what we're going to do is have communion on Sunday. As Gerald's preaching, he'll go through the communion with us, and each one of us should be ready at home. But the thing about communion is it helps us to remember what it was that Christ did. He gave us that commandment in 1 Corinthians in the 11th chapter. It said, "Do this in remembrance of me." And he broke the bread for his body and the wine for his blood. And it helps us to remember just what it is that Jesus did for us. Sometimes it's easy for us to take for granted as Christians, and that was God's command that we do this in remembrance. To realize that his body was broken for us. To realize that his blood was spilled for us. And for us to remember that on a regular basis. One of the things about communion is it's not just a thing that we do. It holds a significance for us. It doesn't get you into heaven. It doesn't get you saved. But it does help you remember what it is that Christ did for you. So as we go through communion this Sunday, I ask the next couple of days that you would examine yourself. It's another thing that God said for us to do is to examine ourselves before we take communion. So, looking forward to spending time with you this Sunday. Even though I'm not going to be seeing your faces, I'm going to know that as I'm taking communion, you're taking communion. And as a church, we're remembering what it was that Christ did for us. See you then.